was an early morning, normal Wednesday, getting ready for work. It was about 6:30 in the morning on January 4th, 2012. I was going through my regular routine. I know I was really tired that morning. Started driving my normal route, which is going from Castle Rock up to Littleton. And the police officer said, they believed I fell asleep at the wheel. And the moment that I remember is being outside of my body, looking down at this scene of the accident, seeing myself trapped in the car.
Todd and I have been together for 17 years. We started dating when I was 14, went on our first date at tropical snow, and I came home and told my mom that I was gonna marry him. And sure enough, I did.
So before the accident, it was kind of a crazy time just with keeping up with the day-to-day. Bristol was born in September, and we had Jack, who turned 2 in November. And then, on top of that, I was kind of driven in my career, getting my master's degree, and, it was just a challenging time.
I feel like it was a dry season spiritually. And I think, you can go through those seasons of where you feel pretty far from God. We were in, I would say, the most stressful part of our life. And literally overnight, our life changed with one phone call. So that morning, we woke up about 8 o'clock, and the kids and I headed downstairs and noticed that I had 3 missed calls from the same number. And I was like, that's weird. So just kept going and getting ready, and about 5 minutes later, the phone rang again, same number, and I decided to answer it. And when I answered it, it was the chaplain. And she said, he's been in a horrible accident, and we need you to get here as fast as you can because we don't know how long he's going to make it. So Todd's everything I know. And so the thought of him not being in my life was really unbearable.
From the accident report, I hit a Chevy Suburban head on. We were both going 50 to 60 miles per hour. The moment I recall was looking down at the scene. It was the most peaceful moment. I was literally outside of my body. All of a sudden, I was kind of just shot back into my body, and I was, trapped in the car. It was sensory overload. Everything kind of came back visually, and just how much pain I was in. And then, I was kind of in and out of consciousness throughout that morning. I had a completely broken femur, broke my scapula, broke my neck, had a puncture wound in my shoulder from the vehicle. I believe I was dead. I was outside of my body. I was looking down at the scene. I was, it's just, this literally could have a post in the ground with memory of Todd Friedman. This could have been my resting place right here.
Just with all of Todd's injuries, I feel like he's a walking miracle, from his carotid arteries and him not bleeding out on the scene, from the engine in the car coming in and sitting on his lap, and the fan missing his heart but hitting his shoulder.
That experience alone just makes me think and view life differently. what's really important in life, and I think it's those relationships with your family and with God and, you know, those around you. And
not that God wasn't real to me before, but he became very real. Truly seeing his faithfulness in our lives and all the little miracles in our lives, I think I have a lot better understanding of how much he loves me.
I think, you know, with Easter and just looking at my life and that miracle, and then looking at Jesus laying his life down, you know, for our sins, you know, anyone can come to the Lord and get that second chance. And it doesn't have to be, you know, a physical trauma. You know, it could be something emotionally or something in your past. You know, God will meet you, and that's why he went to the cross.
I so badly want to see people find Jesus and for them to see how much freedom he brings and how much peace and how much love and how he can change your world in a split second if you ask him to.